Hello, my name's Chris. I'm one of the co-founders of CourseStack, and today I'm going to be walking through how to transition content you might have in other platforms like Notion over to the CourseStack platform, and just how easy and seamless that really is. So just to give some background on this, a few days ago before this recording, we had a new customer sign up, transition their Notion content into a CourseStack object, add some additional labs with some more hands-on content, publish the course, and get a sale all within the span of 24 hours. And I just thought that was so cool and wanted to make sure that I showed everyone how easy it was to move over from Notion to CourseStack and potentially add some more value with some of the integrated technical content types we have, like virtual machines accessible in the browser. So I'm going to walk through that process now. We've got on the left here just a really simple one-page course on Ubuntu administration and walking through the steps to install a LAMP stack. On the right is the CourseStack platform. So we're going to get this into a course, do a little bit of updates, publish it, and enroll as a student and show you what all those steps look like. First step is to create a new course. So I'll make my Ubuntu administration course where we'll learn how to install and configure a LAMP stack. Once that course object is created here, we can go on in. We'll see the detail. So this is the overview that you'll get, and this shows up when students go to visit as well. Let's go right in and start editing the content. So in CourseStack, the main content type is this markdown text block. So all of the text and images are in markdown format. It makes it super flexible. We also have an AI co-author tool that is actually super helpful and I use all the time when updating our documentation and making other demo content. Text is markdown and also includes uploaded images. We have video embedding, systems or virtual machines, including networks of virtual machines, Jupyter notebooks and code workspaces, which is a full VS Code IDE in the browser, multiple choice questions, free text questions, other embedded content, and files. So this walkthrough, we're just going to touch on the text and system content types, but there'll be lots more to follow with some of the other content areas getting a little more focus. So we already have our default lesson. Let's name the chapter Ubuntu Administration, and let's name our lesson Installing a LAMP stack. Cool. So I'm not quite sure if this will work super well, but let's just go ahead and try copying out the entire contents of this lesson and pasting it into our markdown block on CourseStack. All right, well, I am definitely happy with that. Looks like it's all come through fairly clean. We even got the code blocks as well with the bash syntax there. So let's do just a little side-by-side preview to double check. Yep, these have nice copy paste shortcuts. Awesome, that looks good. Bigger preview if you want to see what it looks like as a student. Looks solid as well. Great. Well, that is super simple. So if you've got kind of basic text code block type of content in your Notion course, you can literally just copy and paste it over and all the formatting and everything will work out pretty well. But it's not going to always be perfect. So let's add another content section here called Ubuntu Lab Setup and give our students a hands-on Ubuntu server to follow along with on this course, directly accessible after they enroll through the browser, so they don't have to have their own server ready to go to get the most out of this content. Access the included system below to follow along. Just launch and connect. Awesome. So we've got just add a little heading here. I'm going to go ahead and split this markdown content up so I can add a new content type in between my lab setup and the rest of the content. This is a super helpful feature. And then I'll go ahead and add a system. So we don't have any systems included in this course yet. So we're going to go over to the Systems tab here. We can add our Ubuntu server system. We'll choose the image to use. So this is the actual AWS AMI that'll get deployed for each student. We have a set of CourseStack base images that we provide that you can use, and you can also import your own or build your own off of these base images. So we're just going to include our default Ubuntu server 23.04. Performance-wise, a good array of options. 2 CPUs, 2 gigs of RAM is plenty for this use case. We'll allow internet access so that we can actually run some of these commands and download and install the content. And we'll make sure it's visible for the whole course. We don't need any file uploads or downloads from the student system, but we can enable that here as well if we need to. Awesome. Let's save the configuration there. Go back to our lesson and now select that Ubuntu server that we have. Save the content. And let's preview this and see what it'll look like for our students. Great. Let's launch that, follow our instructions here. So that'll deploy the Ubuntu server for the student. This is a pretty accurate preview of what it'll look like for students once they enroll. So you see that's already running very quickly. As soon as the SSH service is available as well, we'll be able to connect to that system and test out running some of these commands. You'll also be able to access systems in the system side panel over here, including student control over starting, stopping, and resetting back to the original state in case they mess up along the way and need to start over. So let's connect here. We'll see we get dropped right into a nice responsive SSH terminal on our Ubuntu server. If you've got other connection types you want to support, you can go ahead and access via VNC into a desktop environment, or RDP is popular as well. So let's copy our Apache install command here, paste it in, and there we go. We're following along. Some stuff is failing here, but that's okay. This is very much a kind of demo walkthrough. Yeah, well, that's super simple. I think, case closed, very easy to transfer content over from Notion to the CourseStack platform. Let's go ahead and hop out of the course editor here and do some course settings. So before we publish some content, we'll want to make sure that the student actually has credits. So all of the interactive hands-on content types that we support are going to run off of a credit system. So as the instructor, as the course creator, you can include credits for the student to get started with so that they can actually use your hands-on content without having to purchase credits themselves, which is very nice and we highly recommend. We include this nice little runtime credit calculator so that you know if you want to give 10 hours to that system, it's going to cost 20 credits. Let's include that 20 credits with the course and know that maximum, if the student uses all of them, will only get charged $1. We'll keep this course public. We'll make it free, save our settings, and publish. Simple as that. Our course is now published. If we go back to our creator view of the courses here, we'll see this Ubuntu administration course. It's free, it's public. Let's go ahead and look at the Academy page so we can see what the student will see now. I'm already signed in, so we've got this nice catalog of courses which are published. I'll go into our Ubuntu administration course. This is that very similar view to the course overview page within the platform. Let's enroll, hop right in, and launch our server again. So as you see, that preview we showed earlier is very similar to, if not pretty close to identical to what the student is going to see. We can see our progress throughout the course. We can get some help because that feature was enabled. And we can complete the course when we're finished. So there you have it. Really fast, simple, easy to transition your existing content, especially from platforms like Notion, over to CourseStack and add in some really cool interactive content capabilities like virtual machines, Jupyter notebooks, and VS Code workspaces in the browser. So we'll keep putting out more of this type of demo and walkthrough for some of the other content types we support. Thanks for tuning in, and catch you soon.